Well, the top priority here in Italy, particularly to respond to the issue of trafficking in human beings, is to get enough politicians here in Rome to be interested in the issues and to make the right decisions. They did that 20 years ago, but the last 10 years they seem to be tired, and I've not noticed the right decisions coming out of the government, even though we've had new laws, as in October 2016, relevant laws. That's great, but it's not enough. We really need to fire up the interest, the passion, of course, particularly of the women members, the women deputies. They're usually easier on the issue of trafficking to motivate, but actually everybody. Now, what needs to be done? It's a very general need for coordination and clarity. And by that, I mean that Italy needs what elsewhere we call a national referral mechanism or system. Maybe for dealing with irregular migrants in general, but very specifically for focusing on the issue of trafficking in human beings. That's a much bigger set of activities than the name suggests. National referral mechanism sounds very boring and technical, but it means everything from the ability to identify who is most in need of assistance, to then providing protection and assistance, to making sure that criminal justice procedures work for people who've been exploited, not just for the courts, not just for national security, but really making it worthwhile, someone who has been exploited going to court to get compensation. No one who is poor and exploited has an interest in improving the career of the senior prosecutor. They only have an interest if they benefit. And most of the criminal justice systems in Europe are bad, are hopeless now for being of any use to poor, exploited people. So the national referral mechanism, in a sense, is everything. But what you have at the moment is some individual parts of Italy having referral systems. It doesn't work as a unit. And you have the same problem everywhere in the world, which is that when you give the responsibility for identifying and assisting exploited people to local police or local labour inspectors, they are always under the control of, what shall I call them, important people. I don't mean only the mafia, I mean big bosses in companies, important people. And it's usually in the interest of important people that poor, exploited people should stay poor and stay exploited. So there's a contradiction that occasionally has been solved in the past when, for example, carabinieri, specialist investigators in trafficking cases from Rome have been dispatched to Puglia or somewhere else to break through this alliance between local bosses and local law enforcement officials. But a national referral mechanism should set up procedures and criteria and make a lot more things transparent. And even with all the equipment and the tools in the world, if you go on getting 100,000 or 150,000 people arriving on the shores of Italy every year, it remains very difficult, not to say impossible. So, of course, I have some supplementary wishes, and one of those is that Italian businesses should be motivated. And unfortunately, the only way that businesses get motivated is if they lose money. So if we organize a boycott in Germany of all Italian tomatoes, then the tomato exporters will do something. This is ridiculous. They are principled people. They know there are problems in various industries and sectors. And the next Italian government that is elected in March 2018 really has an obligation to push business to conform with now the international human rights agenda of human rights and business. So I look forward to hearing that in just a few months' time. Thanks.